So we have a new poll to discuss here. Newsweek explains some 21% of Americans want Trump to focus on the healthcare system when he enters the White House on January 20th, according to a new Reuters Ipsos poll conducted in the week after the Republican won the U.S. presidential election. Jobs took second place, with 16% of Americans hoping it would be Trump's first agenda item, while immigration came third, picked by 14% of Americans. So the number one thing was healthcare. People saying, yeah, focus on that before you focus on anything else. Oh, no. So there's a few things to say about this. First of all, if you think Donald Trump's healthcare ideas are going to help you in your life in any way, you are dead wrong. I mean, I remember we covered the story during the debate when they spoke about healthcare. He just had no clue what the fuck he was talking about. Like, the only concrete answer he gave is what he would do: repeal Obamacare, and then he would replace it with just getting rid of the state lines for insurance companies. Now, they frame that as if it'd be this great thing that helps the people. That doesn't do that in any way. All it does is it allows the health insurance companies, just like is the case in other industries, they go to the state that gives them the lowest tax rate, and they make more money. That's all it does. Getting rid of the lines around the states for the health insurance companies just will make them all go to one state, and they'll offer insurance everywhere around the country, but they'll just make it so they pay the lowest tax rate. That's a guarantee. That's all that does. So he wants to repeal Obamacare, replace it with getting rid of the lines around the states, which is the classic right-wing idea that was always preposterous. And then that's it. He's got nothing else. And then you ask him to dig deeper, and he says stuff like, well, you know, maybe we expand Medicaid. Hey, Don, that's part of Obamacare. So he's saying, let's repeal Obamacare and replace it with Obamacare. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's in Obamacare. He has no clue how it works. And in fact, there was another story that we covered after the debate where he was doing a rally and he was talking about healthcare. And he said, in the time span of like 2 minutes, he argued, I do great for my employees. I get them healthcare. They all have health insurance. That's what it is. And then he said a couple minutes later, all my employees who are on Obamacare, it's terrible. They hate it. Wait, which is it? It's one or the other. It's impossible for them to have, you provide them with their health insurance, or they go through Obamacare for their health insurance. It's got to be one or the other. Because the way it will work is, as the business owner, you make a commercial insurance deal and it covers them. That's not Obamacare. So what are you saying? He doesn't know how it works. He's got no clue. He's fucking just immensely ignorant on the topic. So people thinking like, oh no, he's got this shit for healthcare. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And you've made a terrible mistake if you think that he's going to help you out in that respect. If anything, if he goes after healthcare to do something for it, you know what he's going to do? He's going to call in all the insurance companies, and they'll say, we're the experts, and he'll say, okay, so you fix it. And then they'll just find a way to keep ripping you off. He's not going to cut your prices or anything like that. Don't be ridiculous. So he'll fuck it up. It'll be worse than Obamacare. But then there's another aspect to this too. The fact that the number one thing that people said they want Trump to go after is healthcare, that further, in my mind, leads me to the conclusion that the Democrats had to do single payer. Because anything short of single payer, and it looks like it was destined to crumble. I mean, they tried to repeal Obamacare 60 times, the Republicans did. The Democrats were able to block it because they had the numbers to block it. When you have a Republican House, a Republican Senate, and a Republican president, Obamacare is just on the chopping block, bitch. So it's like you were only temporarily fighting off them taking a sledgehammer to it. But here's the thing. If you did single payer, they wouldn't have been able to touch it. Now, a lot of people go, what are you talking about? Of course they would, Kyle. What are you saying? No, because the same thing would have happened with single payer as happened in this country with Medicare and Medicaid. So if you try to go after Medicare and Medicaid, and they do, they still try to cut it and might try to privatize it and all that stuff. But every time they do that, there's not only a political backlash from the left wing in the country, there is also from the right wing. everybody's like, whoa, don't touch that. And remember the signs during the Tea Party rallies, keep your government hands off my Medicare? Because they don't even know how it works. But the bottom line is those programs are the most popular programs out of everything the U.S. government does, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, because they work and because they're great and because, the care costs less, the drugs cost less, and you get good care. So it costs less and people are covered. I mean, that's single payer. A Medicare for all system is what a single payer system is. So if you did single payer, people would be paying less for their health care and they'd be getting better health care and you'd be covering more people. That's the answer. So if you did that, people would say, yeah, we're against the... Actually, this is kind of great. Now I'm not getting price gouged by these fucking asshole, unnecessary, rapacious, for-profit health insurance middlemen. So the program would have been so popular that they can't touch it without just getting fucking wiped out in the next election. With Obamacare, it was a half measure, and even if they mangle that, people will be worse off, but who knows if there'll be a wave against them in the next election. So they had the numbers. They had a supermajority. The Democrats had a supermajority. They could have done single payer. Now, this is where a lot of partisan Democrats will say, that's not true. There were the blue dogs, and they were blocking it. That just shows that you have no clue how to play politics. Now, at the time, Obama was really popular when he was doing this. So you know what you do if you're Obama? You call the blue dogs into your office and you say, if you don't vote for this, your career is over. Because I will personally go and campaign, we'll primary you, and I will campaign against you. And whoever is the Democrat who's trying to take your place, I will guarantee that they win. I'll pump, Democratic funds into that campaign, and we'll just destroy you. So are you going to vote for this piece of legislation or not? You play politics. You threaten the blue dogs with their political career. They would have fallen in line. They would have done it. They were on the fence anyway. I mean, even the ones who came out against it, they were like, well, I am a Democrat, and I'm going against the Democratic president. I'm not sure if I like this. Crack some skulls, son. That's how politics is played. So you could have gotten single payer, but you didn't. At the very least, you could have gotten a public option, but you didn't. You got Obamacare, which was originally a right-wing proposal. Now it's not doing as well as it should be doing, and now the right-wingers are going to come in and do an even further right-wing idea and fuck it up even more. So we're in a bad place for healthcare, and it's all these people who say, oh, I want President Trump to address this. They're suckers, because he ain't going to fix it.